And here we go. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engines ignition. And we have movement. Liftoff. Liftoff of Starship Flight 11, the final flight of version 2 of the Starship Super Heavy rocket. 33 Raptor engines ignited, and the 400-plus foot tall rocket is making its ascent from Starbase.
Here at
We're coming up on max Q, the point of greatest aerodynamic pressure. And a good visual of hot staging there. Boost back burn underway. The booster will be targeting an aquatic splashdown in the Gulf. It will not return for a catch, as coming up on the start of the landing burn in just a few seconds, and there it goes. All 313 down to 5. Down to 3. Booster should hover for a second before splashing down. Here you see the hover. Engines shut down. And coming into the ocean, or the Gulf. And we've got a nice view from our tracking camera here in Florida. You're looking at Ship 38 before it concludes its first burn. Well done to Adam. And a really nice view there as we're coming up to Seco. Really nice jellyfish effect there.
And the ship reached the exact same velocity down to the same kilometer per hour. 26 again, the deployments here momentarily.
And we've got some movement. The first of the dummy satellites is being released. During the last flight of Starship Super Heavy, we were told it was about a minute per deployment, and that the version 3 iteration of Starship would be capable of carrying on the order of 60 Starlink satellites, so taking right about an hour for a full stack to deploy, at least at the onset. So this is roughly analogous to what we will be seeing for future V3 deployment, where you see them deploy 2, and then the stack will lower down, the next one will be prepared, and we'll see it go off on its own. And just as a reminder for viewers, this is a suborbital mission. These demonstrator Starlink satellites will follow the same trajectory as the ship upper stage. They will not stay in orbit, or they are not being deployed into orbit, I should say. They're following the suborbital trajectory. And this looks to be the final of the 8 Starlink simulator satellites, all deployed nominally. And there we've got ignition and a good shutdown. East of the island of Madagascar as it continues its path towards a splashdown in the Indian Ocean off the coast of Australia. Got a nice little dragon decal by the launch tower Mechazilla back at Starbase and eventually at towers here in Florida as well. So understanding how well the thermal protection system protects the integrity of those catch fittings is going to be key learnings for SpaceX before they ever try to recapture one of these ships in version 3.
And these views never get old. The plasma building into a sheath around the vehicle, just blanketing the entire ship. We've seen videos of this obviously since
Engine bay. Just taking a quick look around. Yeah, it looks like a little bit of that camera that I think is facing the aft flap near the back end of the ship upper stage because it does look like there are some embers that are popping off. Oh, and they've got a helicopter. It looks like this time, or a drone in the area.
should be a great view. And I'll just say the glow may not be a problem because the shuttle tiles would glow when subjected to heat. So just because we haven't seen it before doesn't mean it's necessarily a problem.
That's very true. A little more than an hour into the mission, we're coming up on the SpaceX says they're really heavy bank maneuvers, so keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be watching very closely for how Starship maneuvers, which will inform what we should be seeing on future flights of version 3. There should be some really cool shots of it as it makes its splashdown. With this drone in the air, and I imagine a separate drone in the water. GoPro on one of the buoys like we saw last time. Less than 10 seconds. Three Raptors and a flip. Three to two, and you could there you see just a little bit of ship off the edge of the buoy cam. And a big ol' explosion